Florida Aviation Network, and we're here at the Sentimental Journey 2019, and it's the 75th anniversary for Smokey the Bear, and we're celebrating that here at Sentimental Journey. But most importantly, the Sentimental Journey, the true fact of Sentimental Journey is when folks bring their aircraft back to where they were first born. And this is no different. We have an aircraft here all the way from New Zealand that's doing a round the world tour. There's their logo, and a fine example of a Piper Comanche. You probably aren't going to find too many better ones. Well equipped, and with the crew stand over there on the other side of the airplane. We're going to go talk to them here in just a few minutes and find out what their shtick is, what causes them to want to do something this enormous, worldwide, around the world trip. And it's just a gorgeous airplane. We're going to find out how long it took them to put this airplane together for this trip, and welcome them to Susquehanna Valley, the Cub Haven, but few people realize it's actually the Comanche Haven as well, because this is where this aircraft was born. How are you doing, sir? Barry?
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Sandra?
Hi. Nice to meet with you.
Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy journey to talk with us here at the Florida Aviation Network. And what we do, Barry, is it's all about safety, and that's what we practice, we preach, we interview, we entertain. But for folks like this is a journey of a lifetime, I would imagine. But tell us when this concept first started for you. And I know that this aircraft wasn't initially on the list of qualified applicants to take the trip, but because it was just too old. But then once you did put it in the mix, it filled all of your squares and you're ready to go.
Absolutely, Ben. And we've done a lot of long-range flying. This is by far the longest trip we've ever done, and I couldn't imagine a better aeroplane to do this in. It carries the fuel, the two of us, and when you talk about safety, we're extremely safety conscious, and we operate as a two-pilot crew with checks and cross-checks, and we have the aeroplane fitted out with dual electrical systems and so forth.
And I notice you carry a little bit of extra insurance here.
Well, absolutely, and again, that's another box that this aeroplane ticked because it had a fully approved extra 20-gallon fuel tank.
Excellent. Barry, tell us about your route of flight to get at least to this point, and where you're going beyond this point.
Well, we were very fortunate, having been looking originally at the long Trans-Pacific haul. We were given a contact that has facilitated us going up through Russia, and that has been an amazing trip, extremely well organised. So basically we left New Zealand, flew across to Australia, very normal for us, we do that every year, and up to Papua New Guinea. Again, we've done that a few times before. And then we launched out into the Pacific Ocean to Guam. Mm-hmm. And then from Guam to Kagoshima in Japan. And then from Japan up to Sakhalin in Russia, then Magadan, then Anadar, and across the Bering Strait to Nome. Mm. And it felt like we were almost home when we got to the North America.
And then from Nome, of course, you bring it on down.
We went to Anchorage, Sitka, and then we went across to British Columbia to Prince George, then to Vernon near in Kelowna, and from there we went to Brandon, and then back into the United States via Payne Creek. Mm-hmm. And then down through Minnesota and across to Akron, and here we are here.
Wow. And when you first came into Pennsylvania and you saw the valley, was it inspirational? I mean, knowing that this is where this aircraft made its first flight? and here it is with you at the controls.
Well, quite fittingly, Ben, it was Sentimental Journey had a lot of significance for arriving here in this great aeroplane that was built here. And yes, it was an unexplained feeling touching down here, and then Sentimental Journey being at the same time as our arrival, it's like a double bonus.
Well, and I know that probably on your website, Baz Flyer?
Baz Flyers, yes.
At Baz Flyers, you've got your route of flight, I'm sure, on there.
It is.
And you guys seem to be very technically capable of giving us a day-to-day improvement of what you're doing, where you are, and where you're going.
Look, if people visit our website, which is www.bazflyer.com, they can see we write a blog, we do videos, and they can follow our journey back to New Zealand, and we expect to be back sometime in October.
Excellent. And how many gallons of fuel would you say that you will have gone through by the time you complete your trip?
I have no idea, Ben. One of the things when you do this sort of adventure in life, you can't afford to give yourself a budget, because you do it and probably don't ever add it up afterwards.
No, and it's not about the money. It's about the reward and the adventure.
It's about people.
You know, look, we've just meeting so many great people, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, when you go back the other way, you're going to go through the North Track, or are you going to go down south?
To go across the pond, as they say.
Yes.
We're going through the North Track, through across the North Atlantic, Greenland, Iceland.
You'll love Reykjavik. Oh, you're going to love Reykjavik. Yeah. Best lobster in the world. Even the New Zealand lobster's good.
It's better.
It's better. Okay. Much better. Cool.
I'll have lobster.
We have, yesterday we made the decision to track back across Russia. We had such a good experience, so we're looking at from Moscow across to Vladivostok, and then we'll head south through Japan, the Philippines, and down to Australia.
You know, Russia is such a vast territory, but there's a lot of nothing in Russia. You're about to probably experience that on the way back.
Sure, but it's a part of the world that hasn't been open to general aviation in my lifetime, and it's now open, and there are some good people there, AOPA in Russia, that are doing a great job in opening up to general aviation. So we feel that it's well worth supporting.
And Sandra, like you said, it's about the people, and there's a lot of good people in the world. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to find them, but I think with the more positive energy and the positive message, we will, in our little small token in aviation, it'll help spread that seed of happiness, joy, adventure, success, challenge, achievement, and that's what keeps us in aviation, I think, to begin with.
It does. It's a special fraternity of people in aviation, and of course you've got to give a little.
You got to give a little. You got to give a little. And speaking of a little, over across the field there, those folks have weathered probably 10 inches of rain so far this week, just to be here. And it's the diehards. It's the ones that really truly are here because they want to be, not just because of getting free this or free that, maybe a free airplane ride. It's a fraternity of people.
Yep, it is.
But thank you so much for sharing this experience with us so far, and we're going to be watching you.
Well, Ben, it's really good to have met you, and knowing that you've been down under.
Yes.
There's quite a bit of an affinity going on here, I feel.
We had a good time. We flew out of Christchurch, hopped into NASDAQ, flew around Mount Cook.
Yes.
That was an experience. There's always a lot of wind around Mount Cook for some reason. But it was always a good experience going to New Zealand, and I hope to be back someday.
Good. Will you look us up when you
I will. Let's stay in touch, because I'm going to find you on your website. I'm going to fan over here to Baz Flyer, and that's where we'll get the rest of your journey. And folks, I'm going to sign off this now. Ben Coleman, one of your many remote reporters here for Florida Aviation Network. Obi, we're going to send this back to the studio for you to clean it up and hopefully put it on our website. Take it easy.